the mouth of the Eel River, just south of Eureka, in the vast floodplain, there is a wildlife refuge, a major home for birds of many types. Some I saw on the wing, and some I startled and took to the wing like a secret. There were also deer in the thick rushes. Lassen. My neighbor at Lassen was this cute little chipmunk who watched me curiously the whole time I was there from a little stump right next to my camp area. I didn't get him doing anything cute as I turned the camera. And up atop of Lassen Peak, this is a 360-degree view. Unfortunately, the tallest structure or piece of land is Shasta, about 100 miles away, but the fire and all the smoke made the visibility problematic, and I could barely make it out. However, there were some gorgeous views from up there. Everything else is lower. Hikers coming up the snowfields to try to get to the top. And again, the ever-present chipmunks along the way. And there the lava rock, the volcanic rock that's strewn down the side of the mountain, and the big outcroppings of boulders. One must hike around them and then up beyond them to reach the last ridge to the top. And there's the top right there. There's a little structure up there of some kind. And the trail follows up around through those rocks and up to the very top. And here from a distance, from the base of Lassen, you get an idea of how impressive and huge the mountain is. At 10,500 feet, that 2.5-mile trail in the high altitude is work, hard work. And there again, you can see that last ridge and the rocky top of Lassen. And Lake Helen is about 8,500 feet, and it is still half frozen. Bumpus Hell, a geothermal area requiring about a half-an-hour hike to get into over some heavy snowfields. You can see the sulfur, the yellow ground, and the dark sulfuric stream coming down through there. See the smoke coming out of it, the steam rather. Planning the whole area. There's a series of walkways to keep people from punching through the thin layers, upper layer of crust and into the hot sulfuric water. It's very barren near the geothermal area. The plants are all growing up above at a higher ground, and you can see the snow. You have to walk through some pretty slippery snow fields to get into that, even in August. And here we go again. The trail that continues on to the next parking lot, if one does not want to retrace one's steps. And again, we had to come down that icy, snowy area. From the upper top of the trail is the upper right. And you can see the water here, and soon you will see the bubbles and boils that characterize geothermal areas. And again, don't go beyond this point. The smell of the sulfur was overpowering in places, and the steam and the boils and bubbling, kind of rhythmic and musical in places. A little pothole right there. There's just playing little coffee pot noises and music for me. Then we went back to the campground, which was right near Manzanita Lake, a lovely little lake. I took the kayak out on it. There were fishermen there, and apparently they were catching some things. And besides the fish and the fishermen, it is also the home of some birds, notably the beautiful large geese. Here's a beautiful animal bobbing along, posing for the camera. And then I went up to McArthur Berney State Park, the gorgeous waterfalls. This is all volcanic lava area, and it's very porous, and so the water not only pours over the top of the 129-foot falls, but it pours out between and through the rocks. The rocks, you can see in some of these scenes, water pouring right out of the side of the cliff. The river itself goes underground just a short ways up from the park. There you can see a few little streams coming right out of the side of the wall. And there's a few brave and hardy souls were diving into that very, very cold water. It's really a beautiful falls to watch. Many little lace-like rivulets running down from various places. There's a nice little 1.25-mile walk around the falls area. And then again, you can see the lace-like streams coming out of the rock and coming down the side on an angle. Really a very, very impressive waterfall. There's also a nice little lake down below. This water runs down a creek for about a mile into this lake that was full of boaters and swimmers. Beautiful patterns of water. Well, I think we've probably pretty much done the water, but and this final little scene here in Shasta Lake. Very, very overcrowded, overused area, Shasta, but if you get off the main roads, you'll find deer right on the highway, just kind of minding their own business and not paying much attention to me until I honked the horn and they finally got the message and got out of the way. I didn't want to run them down. Shasta Dam, big impressive dam at the base of the mountains, holding back I don't know how many streams and rivers coming out of both the Trinities and the Cascades. And then below the dam, of course, dropping into the foothills. And Redding, which is just maybe 5 miles or so downstream. So goodbye to dams and bumblebees.